Hey guys and girls, welcome from xplore.Com. In this video, I'm going to tell you about flow controls in Java. So, you might be knowing that flow controls such as if else, switch, for loop, do while loop, like that. So, let us discuss what are there in Java. So, first coming up to if else statements. So, whenever you want to write a condition, you want to check a condition, you will be using this if else statement. uh, in this I have two columns. One is for syntax and another is for example. In the syntax, if you see the syntax of if else statements, if condition 1, it's going to go for logic for true, condition 1 goes there, and you see this here last, that is else. If no condition is met, control comes here. So whenever the conditions no conditions are there, then it will come to else part. So in middle, suppose I want to check more conditions. If take the example as greater than, less than, if take, we might have more conditions to check that, greater than or equal to, greater than or not equal to, like that. We may have more conditions to check for that number. So in that cases, we'll be using this else if conditions in the middle. In middle of if and else, we'll be using this else if conditions. Okay, the logic goes in else if condition part. And let us take an example here. Suppose I have assigned a value called a is equal to 10, and I'm going to check this value whether it is less than 10, greater than 10, or equal to 10. I want that output. So we are going to use this if else statements. If a is equal to less than 10, then it will print less than 10. Else if I'm writing my second condition over there, first condition is over, I want more conditions to be executed, so I'll be writing if else if statement there. A is greater than 10, greater than 10, you print. Else if none other conditions is met, so it will be printing equal to 10. So since a is not less than 10, and second condition also fails, a is not greater than 10, and finally it will goes to else part as equal to 10. That's it. Fine, perfect. And next, coming to controls, flow control switch. So why do we use switch? Switch is used in many cases. Suppose you want to check multiple conditions, or you want to write multiple statements, you will be writing this switch. Let us go with the syntax first. The syntax goes like this: switch, the value what you want to represent there, and the statements there. So in first case, case 1, statement 1, we will be using the break. I will tell you about that. And case 2, case B, case C, like that. Finally you will be writing the default statement. Suppose none other it doesn't matches any value which we will give in switch, it will default will be executed. Default switch statement will be executed. Okay, let me take an example here. Suppose I have written a number as 10. You take that example. Suppose I have written a number I want 10, and I have passed this value to switch statement, switch of a. So a here is 10, right? So I want to check that condition. So case 1, system.out.println 1. If case 2, case 10. So like that, case 2, case 3, case 4, I will be writing up to 10. If whatever I passed in switch matches the case statement, any case statement, so here I passed 10, so the case 10 is going to be matched here. In my second statement, case 10 is there, so it matched. So whatever statement which I write there will be going to be executed there. So I wrote there system.out.println 10, so my result is going to be 10. If suppose I was in the place of 10, I will kept 9, so it doesn't matches with the value which I have passed in switch statement, so the default statement will be executed and my result will be given as none. Okay. And what if you remove the break? Suppose if I want to check every conditions, I don't want to break at, and I want to check every condition, I will be removing that break statement there. So all conditions will be executed if nothing matches, and it will be your default statement will be executed. But you prefer using this break here. Okay, next control statement is flow control is do while and while. So do while and while have a very good explanation here. So let us take first with while. Let us go with while. Whenever I want, why we use this while and do while means in order to loop the statements again and again. If you want to process again and again, print the statements, the same statement, I'll be using this while and do while conditions. Okay, let us take with a simple example. Suppose I want to increment 10 times. This is looping, right? First, second, third, fourth, 10, up to 10 times, right? So that way I'm going to use this while. So while I have initialized I value is equal to 10, I 0, and I'm going to check and going to print that multiple times. While I is less than 10, you just increment my I value. So that's what I'm going to do. So while I is less than 10, it will check the condition, and system.out.println in while I plus plus I have written. So first statement will be executed, my value of I will be 1, and again it will be going to executed, my value will be 2. So like that it will be going, it will be printing in while 10 times it will be printing. Okay, you can use the break statement there, and that is about while loop. And next, do while. Do while state. What is the do while statement? Do while statements tell that what is the difference between while and do while means. First, in a while statement, first only it is going to check the value, but in do while statement it will execute one statement and then it is going to check the value. So your statement will be executed at least one time, whereas in while it is going to be executed only if your condition is true. That's the main difference between while and do while. You can see here I have initialized in example int I is equal to 0 and do system.out.println in do I plus plus. So my I is going to be incremented, that is it is going to be printed as 1, and like that it is going to be printed up to 11 times. Okay, because I did not go to print 10 times. My 11th statement will also be executed, because while statement here after printing the statement it is going to go check. Okay, so that's why I will get 11 times here and 10 times in while. That's it. And remember this while writing the syntax, the while condition semicolon is must. Okay, don't forget that. And that is about while and do while. Okay, we'll next coming to for loop. So for loop is also for looping the statements, looping again printing what you have. And syntax for statement is for initialize condition expression. So in the first part you will be writing initializing the value, and second you will be writing condition, and finally you will be writing that I plus plus, that is incrementation expression, or you can write any expression over there, and it is going to print how many times you have looped there. It is going to be printed that many times. In for loop we have many different kinds of for loops, and I will be discussing in my further sessions. So stay tuned with xplore.com. Have a nice day guys. Meet you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.